Good morning, traders. I have just taken a short position and I am going for 100 ticks on this trade. Short position going for 100 ticks. See if I've got it right. Going for the code 2. I'm going to pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got 20 ticks stop on this, so I'm going to keep that out there, the 20 ticks. I'm also going to play somewhat conservative. We'll see how it acts, see how much it wants to come down. But once it gets ahead about, 15, 20 ticks, I'll place a break-even stop on it. Just depends how it acts. I'll come back. You can just see here, it's a bit starting to move down now. We'll see how much it, how fast it wants to come down and just the way it acts. Looking at it on the chart, it looks pretty good. It just needed to come down a bit more. Another 20 ticks and it'll look pretty good. I'm going for 100 ticks on this trade. I'm going to place the break-even stop shortly. Let's see, 23, 13. I'm going to wait till it gets down to about 03. 20 ticks on it, and then I'll place a break-even stop on it. I'm going to pause the video. I'll come back shortly, and I'll place a break-even stop on this thing soon. And I'm just reading it right now, the code, and everything is fine. We're not out of the woods yet. I don't know for sure if I've got this position right. It's a possibility that I don't, so I'm still trying to read it and figure it out. But right now, it looks very promising. Looks pretty good. So I'll come back. As you can see, it's come up on me a little bit here, but I'm still just holding. I just got stopped out on that first trade. I think I've got the wrong direction. It's tricky today. It's coming out choppy again. It's acting really weird. I think I've got the wrong direction. I'm going to be able to tell in a minute here. And I'm going to take another direction. It's either going to be a short or it'll be a long. I can't tell at the moment. But I suspect it's going to be a long. I'll be right back. Okay, we have gotten a long entry, and I have taken the position to go long. This is a code 2 long entry here, and let's see. I got to calculate how many ticks this is going to be good for. Let's see. Should be able to take it up to 48.20. So that's where I'm going to put my exit at. It's going to be like what, 40? It's going to be at 60 ticks. So I lost 20. That'll be a net profit of 40 ticks. That's what I'm going to take it to. Might be able to get more than that though. I don't know. Might be able to get more than that. Let's see. Take it up to 20. Might be able to hit like 40. That would give me like 60 tick profit. Yeah, why don't I shoot for 40? I'll shoot for 48.40 on the exit. And take it up there now. Limit. Let's see, I'm at 60 right now. I'll take it back down to 40. Okay, 48.40 on the exit. Should be able to hit 20 though. Technically 20 is a good shot. So 40 is pushing it a little bit, but I suspect if we're going to get a code 2 this low on the daily, that we should be able to hit it. So I'm going to come back shortly and show you the progression and, of course, the outcome of this trade. That was somewhat of a tricky morning, though. You know what it's doing. It did the same thing for the euro too. What it's doing, it doesn't usually do. So it kind of threw me off a little bit this morning. But you know, because of the nature of the way that it did what it did, it's just going to basically do the same thing that the euro did and go straight up. So from here, it should be pretty easy. Just the entry was a bit difficult. Okay, so my exit is at 48.40. I might manually exit at around 48.20. Just depends on how it gets itself up there. You know, how it looks and stuff like that when it gets there. So, but I'm going to shoot for the 40. Gives me 60 tick profit today. And should be able to hit it, no problem. I'll be back shortly. With as choppy as the market is the last few days, it makes it really difficult to try and hold the code 2 trades because it's just so ridiculously choppy. You know, I don't know, but I might just for a short time, I might have to give it up or something and just trade the code 1 because, you know, it just, I mean, normally we already make the 100 ticks already, and it's just choppy. It wants to move in whatever direction it's going to go in a very choppy manner. So, but code 1 is all over. Like, for instance, I got a code 1 short entry. Could be going short here, trying to get 20 ticks out of it. So I may just have to switch over to code 1 and just start playing. I could have got 20 ticks right there. Could be going for 20 ticks right here instead of not making anything because the code 2 is just so choppy. Anyway, I'll come back. Take a look at what I mean though by the choppiness. It just keeps doing this every day now. Look at the chop. Just one chop after another. Chopping up and down. It's like 3 days in a row of all this chop. And if you look at it on the bigger picture, you can see that reflected in the daily as well. You got the daily here, and look at all the chop. There's a lot of chop up and down. It's no fun to trade that. Definitely no fun to trade that. Anyway, this is a boring day. Very boring. So I'm gonna go have some coffee and kick back and just wait for this thing to finally do something. Code 2 says go up, so it's just taking forever to do it. I'll be back. I've placed a break-even stop at 60, so I don't have to worry about it now. And my exit's at 40, way up at 48.40. So it's either going to go up and go break and go hit that exit, or it's going to come back down and hit the break-even stop at this point. But it's really, really choppy, and I don't really want to take the risk. It should be going up, but just in case, I've got the break-even stop on it. I'll be back. It's finally making a move here. It just broke right there. Moving straight up. I'm up at 40 for the exit. Right there. So I don't gotta make it too far. 40 more ticks. Should be able to do it. Code 2 is to go long, and code 2 actually technically is good to 48.20. 48.20 is actually technically the code 2. I was just gonna push it for an extra 20 ticks because I think that it's possible it might make it. Let's see here. Let me check the code. Yeah, it might make it because here, I'll show you why. I'll show you why. Okay, you see the daily here. Zoom out a little bit more. That's too much. You see the daily here. We just got a code 2 trade, code 2 entry to go long right at the bottom down here. So there's plenty of room for this thing to move up a little bit. And, you know, hitting a 120, 140 tick code 2 day would be, you know, certainly within the whenever you have a situation like this and you have a long entry, you can they tend to over exaggerate a little bit because it's over exaggerated to go down. It can over exaggerate a little bit to go up off the code 2. So I think I might be able to get a little bit more out of it, but it's so choppy today that, as you can see, the thing just can't keep going up. There's a 415. It's not real good, but that's 100 ticks too. Let's see what it does. Let's just follow the code from here, code 1. I'll be right back. Okay, I've placed my stop right here at 47.93. Right below that bar. Oh, is it going to go break again? Oh, it's going to go break again. Oh, good. But yeah, I placed my stop right down there at 47.93 just to lock it in. Just in case it wanted to come back down. Let's see, what's that? 20? That's technically the code 2 right there. Come on, you got any more gas? Come on, let's go. Break one time. I should be able to hit it. If it does. 93. Let me lock in 99 at this point. 47.99 on the stop. That gives me 50 ticks. I lost 20, so that puts me 30 ticks ahead. 30 ticks ahead at this point for today, or I'm going for the 40, which will put me at what I think that puts me at 60 ticks ahead after I lost the 20 if I hit the 40. Just needs to break that high right there of 19, but it's a possibility that could be the high right there. I could jump out right here if I wanted to. I'm going to go for the one more break. If it breaks right there, the math is good that it'll hit the 40, but the math is also pretty good that that's the top right there. That is corresponding to the code 2 as well. Ah, fiddlesticks. I knew the math was against me a little bit on that one, so no big deal. Always pay the price when you go against the math. No, you don't always, but I've got it locked in, though. At least I got a trade locked in. It's choppy. It is choppy out there. It's hard to get an extension and get a big trade when it's so choppy. Just wants to keep chopping you up to death. I'm gonna start using code 1 on it. Okay, I'm gonna come back. This is boring trading today. I'll come back. Okay, I've decided to just exit right there. I just took the profit. It looks like it's setting up to roll over and come down now. It's typical for it to go up to this level here and then come down. So I'm not going to risk it anymore. I made back my 20 ticks, and plus I'm ahead another little over 20 ticks. So from this point forward, I'm just going to play some code 1. We'll back off to 20 ticks. 20 ticks again. And I'll just play code 1 from here. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee, look over code 1, and I'll start taking some entries. But it's just too choppy to sit there and try to hold for a big trade. I got a piece of it. It's a weird day today. It really is. I'm not sure what to make of it. I know I don't like all this chop. Too much chop for me. It'll go away. It'll go away. The daily chart will start doing something again, and this thing will start moving again. I guarantee it. I'll be back. I can easily see here from the chart that, well, first of all, code 2 is over, and second of all, it's just choppy. It's not moving. It's not doing anything. Even in between the code on code 1 is just choppy as can be. It's not a good day for trading, just like yesterday. So I'm just going to play this waiting game here. I caught a piece of code 2 this morning and catch as much of it as I'd like to, but I caught a piece of it, and it's just not good. It's not a good day. We're stuck in this choppy sideways motion right now on the daily, and we need to break through that. But it'll do it. It'll do it, and it'll probably do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, or today is actually Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Hang on one second. Today is Wednesday. The news came out half hour ago, and it didn't do nothing. I'll tell you. But watch. It'll start to move. It'll start to move. It'll start to move in a big way, one direction or another. My guess, it's going to come down because the bottom on the daily is not the bottom. You can tell that using the code. So it's most likely going to come down. I would probably say it's going to come down over the next 2 days. So that's my guess. But I'm going to follow the code, of course. I'm not going to follow what I think. So I'm going to call it a day for today. It's not a very good day today. Tomorrow will be a better day. Probably go short tomorrow and maybe make 100, 200 ticks. That's how fast it just turns around. It goes from being choppy to boom. It goes to being good. So I'm going to stop trading for today. Came out ahead. I'm just biding my time right now. till I can tell it's a good day. So I'll be back tomorrow, which is Thursday, and I'll do some more trading, and I'll try to hit the code 2 tomorrow again. Hopefully I can hit it and come out with a $5,000 day. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, traders, I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you code traders are doing good out there. Happy trading.